Hello, going to be going through this sequel with Street Fighters, Total Wins. It's time to assess which of the world's greatest fighters are through to the six coveted places in the semifinals of the Street Fighters World Fighting Championship. Every fight of the year has been recorded, and each fighter's wins and losses need to be added up. Each row of the table fighters records records. Each row of the table fighters records alongside the fighter's name whether they won or lost, as well as the type of move that ended the bout. So that, however, due to new health and safety regulations, all um, I am not familiar with Street Fighters. All KI blasts that have been outlawed as a potential fire hazard. Any bout that ends with one of these moves should not be counted in the total wins. So we are wanting to return the name return the name, whether the total number of wins, the total number of losses, grouped by the fighter's name. Do not count any wins or losses that happen with one of these moves. Order from most wins to least. Um, so first thing I like to do is let's just take a look at these two tables. So the first one is called fighters, and I'm just gonna do limit 10 just so it doesn't take as long. And okay, yeah, so it's throwing all kinds of errors because it's testing it. But yeah, here's the first 10 rows of this. So there's the name, whether the person won. Looks like you can win and lose. Interesting. I thought it was just gonna be ones or zeros, but it looks like you can have two wins. So this person had two wins and zero losses, and um, this is the move that they lost or won by, um, or the move that ended the bout. So let's do the same thing with winning moves. So we have the different moves that were used right here, and their IDs. So I'm just going to kind of slowly build this. So let's do select. Um, what do we want here? We want name. We want the total number of wins. So total number, that's going to be a sum of one, or right, one, yeah, and then a sum of lost. And I want to group by the name. So I'm going to group by one. And let's just see what that does for us. And I got an error. What name does not exist? And the reason name is throwing that error is because I'm still doing this on the winning moves table, and I should have done this on the fighters table. So fighters. So cool. Now we could do an order by because we want this most wins to least wins. So this would be, I forgot what the output was. This is actually not right because this is supposed to have three columns, and I don't really know what it's doing there. But I need to give these aliases. So I'm going to as one, as lost, because right now it just has the name and then has a sum. My guess is maybe it just added these two together because they're both sums, but no, it just took the last one because it was previously 18 for Vega. So now we have the name, how they won, and then the number that they lost. So let's do an order by, and we are going to order by wins. So this would be number two, or I could put one, and then most wins to least wins. So this would be in descending order. So cool. So DJ won the most, Blanca and bison, etc. And then we only want to return the top 6. And it's just kind of running this just to make sure. I am missing a big portion of what I need to do. So this looks good so far. I wanted to just make sure I could get this right working before I dealt with any bout that ended with this should not be counted. So I need to do a where clause that removes these before I do a group by. And so I want to. So I'm gonna open a new text. I'm gonna open a text editor. I'm gonna open a text editor and just save this in here because I want to play around with the other table again, and this code works. So I got that saved. I want to go back to that other data frame. So select star from winning moves limit 10. So cool. So it gives me the move. So I want to just do a join between these two because I'm going to need to do a join. So select star. I'm going to start with the fighters table, join winning moves. And then I want to do my join on. So this is move ID. And then this is going to be the move ID in this table. So it's going to be on fighters dot move ID is equal to winning moves.id. We'll just make sure this works. Make sure we can do our join right. And we're getting an error. Operator does not exist. Integer to integer. I think it's because it's a single equal sign in SQL. So I get SQL and Panda and Python mixed up. So cool. So this person won by that move and this move, or this is the move that ended the match. So now I want to do, I'd want to remove these type of moves. So where, what is this called? It's called move. And because there's multiple, I'm going to use not in. So not, I guess I could do it since I'm doing this syntax, and just going to copy this over so I don't spell it wrong. And then the second one, and then a third one. And so we're moved not in. Man, I think I made another mistake. Is it should, if you have a list in SQL, I believe it's regular parentheses, not square brackets like I have. So cool. So it removed, if we remember previously we had, I think this move was the top one, but now that's no longer there. So now I do have my join. So now I can kind of copy this over. So I want this as my select statement instead of select star. And I need to do my group by. So let's do this right here. So selecting name, the sum of the one column, give it an alias of 1, sum of the lost column, give it an alias as lost. I want to join fighters and winning moves based off of fighters moving ID is equal to winning moves ID. I want to remove rows where the move is equal to any of these because it tells us to. Then group by fighter's name, which it tells us to do. Order from most wins to least wins. So order by 1, put it in descending order, so most to least, return the top 6. And don't worry about ties. So it passed. Let's see what happens if we run it. So cool. That seemed to have worked. And it passed. So cool. Um, so that is my solution. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.